Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to today's stream. It is Monday. We are back at it today. With some movement. Okay. All right. Market is doing some stuff. Good morning, Paul. Hey, Jonathan, Tom. What is this key level that we're going to open at? Oh, this is the high from Friday. Okay. No, sorry. Thursday. So all that drop has been completely reversed, basically. We still have this gap. But yeah, we're knocking at the door right now. We also need to put this gap here. So we are going to be gapping up this morning. Right around here. Good morning, Pete. What's up? Hey, Anoli. Welcome, y'all. So right off the bat, we do have an uptrend that is in play. Normally, we'd consider a setup to go long. I don't know that I want to chase this gap up. I think we're going to have to wait and see what the market does right off the bell. Hey, Archer. Which, speaking of which, the bell is going to be ringing here pretty soon, and we're going to be off to the races. Good morning, Julian. And there it is, opening bell. All right, it does look like we might get the final push off this uptrend. Again, we have this trend here. This is the first break of the channel, so we would expect one more push up. We're just right at this key level. It's the high from Thursday. Morning, JB. Let's check out what's going on NQ. It also had this uptrend, had a break, had a new high. I don't think we're at the same kind of key level. Let's see here. We may be, because the markets have been moving very close together the last few days, last week really. Mark out this gap on NQ. This market has been very gappy, if you will. Gap down, gap up. I mean, we're all over the place. So now, as far as price action goes, we had this uptrend that has been played out. We would expect a correction. Shall see if we actually get it. And if we don't, it's going to be very telling as far as the strength of this move up goes. So same deal on ES. This is where the trend technically played out with that break and new high. So we are in waiting mode here. Expecting a correction, and will adjust accordingly if we do not get it. Good morning, Ron. Hey, Michael, Anna, it's good to see you. So far, we're continuing to push up. ES is now above Friday's high, and if it continues here, we're going to be looking at perhaps some channel like this, which fits pretty decently. We're going to give it a minute, though. Not jump into that conclusion just yet. What you definitely don't want to do is chase a gap up like this. It can look really good, it can look really powerful, and all of a sudden you get this big reversal. So be calm here, but not at the same time, right? You don't want to predict the reversal because this could legitimately turn into a major uptrend. The biggest thing always, wait for confirmation. If we give it enough time, eventually it will be obvious what the market's doing. It's like yesterday, right? Or Friday. We waited and it became very obvious. Hey, we are going down. So there was lots of opportunities to short. It was clear what the major market move was, and then we join in on it. This is what we're going to do here. NQ is doing the same thing, by the way, still drifting higher a little bit. It is just a little reach away from that key level. 60 points, which isn't a whole terrible lot on NQ. And ES kind of looking like it may want to get up to this gap and start working towards filling that, but we'll see. I'm watching this channel. If the EMA does hold on the next pullback, we'll take a long. As far as news, we don't really have anything today. In terms of at least econ releases, right? There's always the chance that some random news drops, but nothing scheduled. When we get this pullback, we'll start looking very closely at the bars. If we see signs of support around the 21 EMA, we're going to be looking for that long. Look for 2 tests of the EMA, bullish bar. Also on my test strategy, I'll probably just go long if the EMA holds in any way. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Bill. Sorry I didn't say what's up to you. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Got some rest, some time away from the charts, some time with people, which is very necessary if you're trying to succeed at trading. You can't be staring at the screen 24 hours a day, you'll burn out, you'll wear out. It's not good. You gotta have some good balance in life. So I hope you guys were able to enjoy some time. Hitting a volume ledge, eh? Okay, well, maybe we'll see some interesting action here pretty soon. Okay, here's our pullback. Again, this is where we're going to be watching closely. If we just slice through the EMA, I'm not going to be interested in a long. Wow, another push up. So that's definitely confirming the strength of this uptrend. Didn't even really reach the EMA and we're already at a new high, so. Looks like we're going to get another chance at this pullback, hopefully. Still floating higher here. Man, oh man. Buyers pretty emboldened after Friday's action, which if you'll recall, we got all the way down to an extremely important level. The 50-day moving average on SPY broke below it and then rallied off of it. So it's no surprise that that would get buyers excited. Major level defended on the daily chart. Gives a lot of conviction for institutions to buy. And we are entering into a seasonally bullish period. November and December. Go look at charts over the last 10 years. Very often, most of the time, we rally into the year end. Okay, yet again, we might get a chance at a long here. We will be watching how the EMA reacts. We need to get there first, though. That is the first step. All right, there we go. This is the first test of the EMA. We could take that bullish bar right there because it is technically speaking a second entry long, but I want to see two legitimate tests of the EMA. It's a little too early for me to chase, but we did have one attempt higher here. Second leg of the pullback, bullish bar. You can take that if you want. But again, I am going to be waiting for that second test of the EMA, the second bullish bar off there. I want to really make sure that this uptrend's legit. And that is why. That is why it is good to wait. Also, this all is kind of contained in one counter trend. You don't want to be trading against those. All right, we'll see how far this correction goes. Let's let this correction play its course. Want to see one attempt higher, move down to assure us that the bears are done. And then when we get a push up, we'll be ready to take a long. See if we get that second push down. I'm kind of expecting it here. All right, this is perfect, perfect, perfect. It's exactly what we want. Move down, break new low. Probably going to go test this key level here. And once we do, if we get a bounce there, we will be able to have a lot of confidence buying. We get like a higher low or something. So this is actually really good for the bulls. This is what you want. You don't want to see that float higher forever. You got to see the other side tested a bit, and that's what we're getting right now. All right, that's a nice bullish bar. You know what? I think I might even take this on a test account. Our downtrend played out. Yeah, we got a nice bullish bar. Very likely could bounce from here. But now we're seeing a little bit of rejection at the EMA. So gonna hold off for just a second. We might pop up and get a higher low. That's gonna be what we want. Contentious. You're starting to see some whippiness in the bars. Got a battle going on here, ladies and gentlemen. See if we can get that higher low. NQ's trying to push up. See if it can bring ES with it. There's a nice solid close above the moving average there. I don't know that we're going to get our second higher low. This thing might just straight up push up to that new high. And again, above that, we got that gap. Just didn't quite get the bars we needed to trade that on ES. If we get another pullback, though, still might get an opportunity. Wow, that is a bar. That is a bar. I'm looking to see if there's any news behind that. That changed quickly. Wow. Yeah, there's some sellers here, guys. There are definitely some sellers here. All right, so we have one push higher off the EMA. Looking for just one more little bar here to take this long. Dr. Yamaha asking where I'm looking for news. I use Forex Factory. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Well, I use Forex Factory to kind of get the general idea of what's going on, but as far as actual live up-to-date news, I use Trade Exchange. It's a continuous news feed. It's the fastest news that you're going to find, all related to the market, all in real time. They even got a squawk box, so that you can seriously be like finding stuff out right as everyone else is. And that's Trade Exchange. So there is a link in my description if you want to check it out. Highly recommend it, because this market is so news sensitive, and you do not want to be on the other side once something hits the wire. Yeah, and you can miss a lot of great opportunities if you're not clued into what's happening. Kind of chopping sideways at the EMA now. Again, there's definitely sellers here. See if they have enough power to push the market down, but they're trying. They are definitely trying. Ivaz asking, can I post a link of the news outlet on the chat? Sure. Like I said, it is in the description though, so that's right there. I don't know if you can't pull up the description or the whatever it's called. It's literally right there, but I will oblige. Actually, I don't have the link handy here. So it's in the description of the video. Also, you can get a discount if you use my code. I don't remember what my code is. I can't. Oh, let's see. What is it? What is it? Pulling it up. Code is I am. There. There's the link. Code is I am. Trade Exchange. Highly recommended. You'll never be wondering, whoa, why is the market moving so crazy like this? There has been a lot of back and forth. Man, every time we get a push up, we get another bearish bar. Just some good reason to stay out of this for a minute. Anytime you see just like alternating bars, like green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, it's a good sign that the pattern is probably going to continue. So if you see a green bar and you buy, what's probably going to follow? A red bar. That's just how it works. So just some signals to wait. Things will look really tempting. That green bar, for instance, looks really tempting. We do have an uptrend. We do need a new high, but just a little bit too congested for me. We still have not really come back and tested that key level, which is interesting. Pretty likely to happen at some point, especially given how choppy it's been. Yes. Did it reach a new high? Not quite. One tick away. I kind of got a feeling that even if we reach a new high, we're going to get a pretty steep rejection. NQ has also made a new high. Just feels like there's a lot of sellers ready to pounce on the market right now. Check out Nasdaq. Nasdaq actually looks like it could still be in an uptrend, really. But we're coming up on that key level. So it would hold off anyway until we can get a solid break above here and a retest. So that is, what area is that? 25674. Here comes the sellers again. See how far the bearish correction goes. So far, it looks like only maybe to the EMA, and maybe we're bouncing again. Over on NQ, might consider a second entry long here. From this high, we've had one leg of a pullback, one attempt higher. If we can get that second leg, one more bullish bar, might consider taking that long. It will depend on what's happening on the ES though. If the ES starts to drop, I'm going to be holding off on both. There's a nice little higher low, kind of tempting, but given the choppy action, I just can't bring myself to take anything. It's just not wise. We don't have strong probabilities on our side with this choppy action. All right, there's that second leg down for the bears. As I've been saying, there's a lot of selling pressure there, and it looks like they're finally starting to do something about it. Another nice bar on NQ, but it is below the 21 EMA, so we're going to be skipping that one. ES may have some more downside with this move. We'll let it develop here. So far, the S&P not able to get back over the 21 EMA. And we're going to identify the range that we've been in for the past hour. Starting to shape up a little bit more clearly. Pretty strong move up here. But these moves can reverse very quickly. We're basically still just going sideways, so it's hard to trust either way. Of course, we would lean to the bullish side because we do have an uptrend that, technically speaking, still is in play. This price action is just not offering a clean way to join that. That's just how it's going to be sometimes. And you have a decision to make. You can either be one of those people that gets anxious and nervous and just wants to join every move, and so starts clicking buttons in this kind of price action and ends up losing and getting frustrated and burnout and blowing accounts. Or you can be someone who's looking at this and asking yourself, is this really the best probabilities I have for success right now? Am I really going to make money in this chop? Is it worth my time to click buttons here? Or should I wait for something that's more clear? People that are asking those questions are the ones that are going to make it long term. You're asking the right questions. We don't want to trade just to trade. We want to trade to make money. We want to trade in scenarios in which probabilities are on our side. Right now, they're just really not. So you can click some buttons, you can get a win, and that's probably the worst thing that can happen to you is if you take a bad trade and you win, it reinforces negative habits. Your mind will trick you, but I won that one time. All right, keep doing it. See what happens. Well, while we're waiting, I think I'm going to reload my chart. Hopefully this doesn't screw everything up, but we're going to give it a go. And we have a new high anyway, meaning we'd have to pause longs. Still loading. Let's check out the Nasdaq while we're waiting. Possible break a new high there. And here we go. Check that out. Big bearish candle on ES. That's been the story so far this morning. Some moves looking good, and then boom, big candle in the other direction. We do have a double higher low here. So this is another possibility that you could have taken. One higher low right here, second one right here, but just two sideways, man. It's not a great environment to be trying to risk your hard-earned money at. Pete, yes, I will pause longs when we get a new high, because then this uptrend will be played out. As classic price action, a trend is a trend until it has a break in a new extreme. So we had this trend here, it had the break right here's the first time the channel broke. So then after that, once we get a new extreme, which would be a new high in this case, that is when we would pause longs. But because of all this coiled up action here, if we do reach a new high, it's likely to be a pretty steep one. So there's definitely a lot of stop orders up here. And when they get filled, that's going to fuel and move higher. I think technically we did reach a new high there on ES, yeah, by like 2 ticks. So technically speaking, the uptrend is played out, although it is likely we'll push a bit higher than just 2 ticks. So again, the main thing here is we just gotta wait for something a bit more clear. What would really be nice is if we come down and get a legitimate test of this key level and then we bounce. If we get something like that, I'm gonna be buying with a lot of confidence in here. But right now, we're just kind of chopping back and forth, not doing a whole lot. Technically, uptrend played out. Probably will get another push up. There's a lot of stop orders here. Just a good time to wait. So, wait we shall. But there is likely to be some great setups. You usually get at least 1 to 3 solid setups every day. So we just got to be patient, wait for everything to align, and we'll strike when we strike. I'm going to be hunting those trades on the Discord. Thanks for joining me this morning. Appreciate you guys taking your time, hanging out with me on a Monday morning. And yeah, hope you have a great trading day, and I will see you soon.